Make everything as simple as possible. Success doesn't need to be hard. Just move the friction away. You want to make it easy to do the things that are going to make you successful and hard to do the things that actually pull you away from your success. And this may sound obvious, but think about actually how you actually operate in your day-to-day life. I was with one of my coaches a couple weeks ago. He has a multi-million-dollar house in a beautiful neighborhood, and he's very successful. And as I see him go through his day, he does it as simple as possible. He wakes up, he does what has to do to get ready, nothing more complex than he needs to, gets right into generating money activities and rests as much as possible as well. And what I used to do, I would have all these things I'd have to do before I even started getting into the work that would actually generate revenue. And I make it a lot harder, and there'd be a lot more friction points than there needed to be. And by the time I actually got to the point of revenue generating activities, I was depleted of a lot of energy, a lot of creativity, and I didn't perform as good as I could. Kind of like an animal in the wild, like a lion. You see lions resting all day, sleeping, and then when it's time to hunt, they turn on everything and they go hunt. They get their kill, and then they rest again. And this is hard for most people to do, to go from like 0 to 100 and then back down to 0. Most people are like ramping up 0, 1, 2, 5, 7, 10, 20, 50, 70, and then ramping down to, or they actually don't even know how to ramp down. They're just so wired up and they want to stay in that space. So it's really powerful to actually also learn how to shut down very effectively as well. And the other thing that was really powerful that I noticed from observing my coach, he sets appointments for all the things he wants to do. So he's not doing it by himself. If he's working on a project, he sets an appointment with somebody. If he is building a new product, he sets an appointment. If he's going to do a training, he sets an appointment. So that's another way to hold yourself accountable, go in with a purpose and an intention, and then as soon as you're done, you drop out. So it's like turning on to get the outcome, turning off and resting. So I'd see him throughout the day. I stayed with him for a couple of days at his house, and he had mastermind groups, he had coaching sessions, he was building his business. But when it was time to do a mastermind call, he was on it full steam. And then when it off, he totally shut down and rested, got some food, went for a walk, relaxed. And then when it was time again, got back on. Me in the past, if I was building something, if I had a mastermind call, I would go on the call. And then after that, I'd try to do more stuff. I'd be like, oh, let me do this, let me do that, let me do that. Kind of like boiling the ocean. You don't want to boil the ocean. You want to simplify as much as possible and get the most ROI out of your energy and your activity. So how can you set up, make it harder, have more friction points for the things that distract you? More friction points for that, right? Social media, or doing work that you don't need to do on your own or you shouldn't even be doing. And how can you actually set up less friction points for just getting right into the things that are going to generate the highest and greatest ROI for you and your business? That is my question takeaway for you today. Really start thinking about that and ingraining that in your mindset on a day-to-day basis. And you will see your results soar, because you're going to get momentum. You're going to exponentially grow and move in the direction you want to go. And all these little friction points actually are going to remove themselves out of your life, and you're going to perform so much better.